because we finally got us a good Now this crappie ate like he's supposed to. Laying in this tree behind me, way in the back of this cove. That's a good crappie. That's 12.5-inch crappie right there. Pretty crappie. People, hey, today we are back at Kerr Lake. It is April the 16th. It's about 10:30. I took my time this morning coming down. It was fairly cold this morning, and as you know, early spring, I always have better luck in the afternoon anyway, so I took my time this morning getting down here. Now I've changed my tactics. You know, the last 4 videos we've done here at Kerr Lake, we were way up those creeks, and so I'm kind of learning the crappie spring bite on this lake, so I elected to come to the middle portion of the lake, and I'll show that to you in just a second. And I know a lot of these coves in this main part of this lake really fill up with a lot of log jams in the back of those coves. Now, I love to fish log jams. You can catch some really nice crappie in those. And you know, not all the crappie in a lake is going to migrate up those creeks in those spawning flats. You know, some of them are going to come right up and come in some of these coves off the main lakes. So I know for a fact, I've already went on Google Earth and looked at some of these coves, and I found some big log jams in the back of them. We're going to take our time. We're going to fish a few of them today and see if we can get on some of those big slab crappies. So here, take a look at kind of where we at. So as you can see here, we putting in here, this is Okanichi ramp. So we're gonna fish these coves along this main lake chain here, all the way down. And we're gonna run in these coves to the back of them and look for big log jams in the back of these coves. And hopefully we can find some big crappie. So the barometric pressure is a little low today, and the water temps is about 62 degrees. The fishing outlook is kind of on the poor side today. Don't particularly like that. Usually when those fishing signs is up high, usually you catch, I catch personally more fish. So it's kind of poor today. So hey, we're just gonna take our time and poke around and see what kind of pattern we can put on these fish. I'm looking forward to the day. I've never fished these log jams down here, so hey guys, stay with us and let's go catch a fish. Well, he's a small one, laying up under that log. First crappie of the day. A bunch of logs in here, gets kind of shallow, and I'm just pitching, trying to that lure. I would really prefer the back of this cove to actually have I would really prefer that back of this cove to actually have some sort of creek running into it. See if we can pluck one out of this tree. I don't know if they all the way up in it or just sitting out on the end of it. He thumped it, but he didn't get it. Now you can't. Oh yeah, it's a little bit better fish right here, y'all. This is that's a decent crappie right there. Put him in the live well. We don't run over this tree. us a good one. That's a black crappie right in the back of this cove. That is a pretty good crappie right there. I like them old males, and they get dark like that. They're pretty. Boom. I hadn't really found the log jams like I really want to find in the back of these coves. I've just been going in cove to cove. The water's been getting really thin right at the back of it around these willow trees. So this is probably the third cove I've fished. I've caught some small fish, nothing really to brag on. That's the best fish I've caught. That fish is probably 11.5, 12 inches. Been getting a lot of short hits today. That fish hit that ghost color with that chartreuse tail. That is a 1/16 ounce head. I've been fishing that Tennessee shad color, and brim took the tail off of it. I just picked this one up, caught that fish. So hey, let's go catch another fish. Came off a little tree right over there. Let's take a look at him. Another black crappie, still back in this same cove. Looks like he's got some spawning scars on him. Look at that. He's probably a 10.5, 11-inch crappie. He's a decent crappie. We'll put him in the pot. Only bad thing about fishing these, so there's a tree under the water that has washed in here, and only bad thing about fishing those trees is you get hung. You have to go over there and get unhung. You have a tendency to spook the fish. So since I caught one good crappie out of it, I'm going to spend just a few minutes to see if we can catch another one. That feels like a little bit better here. And that fish was laying all the way up against the butt of the tree. He's not a keeper. You have to be 9 inches in Kerr Lake to keep him. Because he's probably close to 9 inches, but just a small buckfish. And so I can't see where these limbs are under the water, but I've been hung on them twice. So I kind of know that tells me where not to throw. So I'm trying to throw in between where I know I've got access, and hopefully a crappie laying under those limbs will come up and bite. So let's go over there and see if we can do that. Let's go over there and see if we can find a little bit bigger fish. Well, we're back in another cove. We're on down the lake pretty good ways, all the way down close to Goat Island. And I know you can see this life jacket on. I forgot all about it this morning. Wife got it for me for Christmas. I fish so much by myself, and she told me she wanted me to wear it when I was fishing by myself. I kind of forgot about it this morning, so anyway. And it's going to be a rough ride going back, so that's another reason I got it on. So back in this cove, you can see this pretty good brush pile behind me. Well, log jam. And there's a good sized tree here. Might have some crappies out on the end of it. I don't know. We'll fish around and see if we can catch a few. Probably not going to turn the back camera on because there's so much wind. Always picks up a lot of wind noise. So hey, let's go catch a fish. Boys, we finally got us a good one. crappie ate like he's supposed to. Laying in this tree behind me, way in the back of this cove. That's a good crappie. That's 12.5-inch crappie right there. Pretty crappie. Laying right up there, probably won't 2 feet deep. I just swam the lure right over top of that log. Boom. Good crappie. Let's go in and see if we can catch another. You know what's really nice, those larger crappies are staged out on the end of these trees. It makes it much easier casting. But basically what I'm doing is, here again, I'm just casting into those holes around the tree. Now, I started at the base, the wind's blowing this way, and it's easier if I can catch a fish. It's easier to keep the nose of the boat in the wind. I catch a fish, I can just drift right off, work the fish up, show them to the camera, put them in a live well, and go right back up there. Get on that other side, it's gonna blow the boat right in the tree. And of course, I definitely don't want to get hung up. So now, you can see how the tree is positioned. I'm going to cast out on the end of that tree and allow the lure to sink a little deeper in case there's some fish staged. Now, it's about 10 feet of water right out in the front. So hopefully there'll be some fish right out on the end of this as well. Better. Yeah, this is better. Good crappie. That's a good crappie right there. Hey, man, they are biting so easy. They just barely are bumping that lure, but that's a good one. That's one for the pot. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, not make a lot of noise. The boat's done drifted in here real nice. It's not floating around, it's got quiet. And I'm just trying to, you know, let the water calm down so the fish will move back in. Finally scoffed up another pretty good one. That's a pretty good crappie. Boom. Hey guys, we're getting ready to end this video. It is about 4 o'clock. And you just saw some of the fish we caught. Wasn't an epic day. Probably caught 20-25 fish today. A lot of small ones, a lot of short hits. The crappie that bit really soft. Just barely bumped the lure. I probably lost 4 or 5 really good fish. Stick them for a second and they come off when they come to the top of the water. As the evening went on, the bite is probably as good right now as it's been all day long. So as it's getting on in the afternoon, the bite's getting much better. I went right back to the back of this cove that I'm in, and I was there early and caught, you know, maybe a handful of small fish. Went back and caught a couple of really nice fish and had a couple on. So that tells me the bite's getting better. Using curly tail jig, 6-pound test line. Using a combination of Fenwick rods as well as the ACC crappie sticks. Hey guys, you don't need electronics to do what I did today. Basically, I come down the lake, run in the back of these coves off this main lake, find debris in the back, and there's a tremendous amount of wood on the bottom and 3 to 7 feet of water in the back of the cove. And you can just go in the back of the cove, fish around those wood logs, or any lay downs. The deeper the cove is, the better I've found today. So you don't need electronics to do this. Now's the time to do it. Crappie are on the banks. They're back here spawning. They'll be back here for another 3 or 4 weeks. So if you want to come down and do some fishing, this is Kerr Lake again. And I'm on the main lake channel, back in the coves, back in the back, and catching crappie. So if you want to catch some crappie, that's how you get down here. Hey guys, we appreciate all the support we get for this channel. Hey guys, I hope you've seen something in the video that you learned today. Hope you've seen something in the video that you like. We appreciate all the support that we get for this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wild life, and I'll see you on the water.